welcome to this very tired episode of
A man who chased geese.
We're sleepy. It's quarter of 11. We
Oh.
recently get this done. This is uh let's see, season 4. It's another 4 episode arc, which I just love those. Best.
This one was actually good though.
Yeah, it was. Deception, Friends and Enemies, The Box, and Crisis on Naboo.
And it starts with Obi-Wan dying, which is a huge thing. Because first, that would be a tremendous thing if you didn't know that Obi-Wan lives until episode 4. But following it in a series, you see that, Anakin is devastated. He thinks he's lost his master, and they hold their little Jedi funeral, and it's very sad. And Anakin starts his revenge path. Meanwhile, the whole thing was actually devised to get Obi-Wan into this sort of undercover cop movie or video game almost. They do the whole prison break thing, breaks him out of prison, meets up with their old bounty hunter friend Cad Bane, and in the end, of course, Obi-Wan botches the assassination or kidnapping attempt, and Dooku basically goes there himself to finish the job, but fails, and everything is back to the way it should be.
Okay, well, that's all right. So here's what I thought was really about what it was really about, and that the whole thing was a concocted plot by the Chancellor that was telling him for 2 reasons. One, he wanted to face off Anakin, and he wanted to face off Dooku to see which was stronger. And he got no answer, but he did find out one thing, that like the Dooku was not that strong as maybe Dooku thought or he thought, because Anakin took him to the woodshed in that fight and backed him up through most of the fight. I think on the entire fight. So there was that. It also pushed. The other objective was to push Anakin closer to
away from the Jedi and closer to the Chancellor.
Yeah, he accuses them of lying, and he's right.
As they do.
They're supposed to act. Remember, and Chancellor says, thought we guys were supposed to act like the team, but he's saying that sarcastically in a way. They weren't. They're doing un-Jedi things. They are in this criminal espionage scheme where they have to deceive their own people. That's not what Jedi are supposed to do. So they're breaking already their own codes and ethics, and that shows that.
And Yoda even warns that he's like going down this path we should not. Like that.
It's but they all say several times throughout this 4 episode, that basically, and they mention it, to our Anakin, like you can be a danger to yourself and others, and you're a very strong, powerful Jedi, and they had to protect, and so the idea that Anakin that Obi-Wan was not dead, they had to protect him from not tell him, and Obi-Wan was the one, interestingly enough, who said, I was the one who told him not to tell you because I wanted to make it believable. But then Anakin says, you lied to me, which is true. So the point of all this is that it shows that the Jedi are breaking down. They are lying to their own people. And there's mistrust among their own people. And it has the effect of pushing Anakin closer to the Chancellor. And shows again, for the millionth time only, the mistrust that a lot of the Jedi did have toward the Council, because he tells even Obi-Wan, you don't even know the whole truth. Do you know the whole truth? No. I mean, the Council seems to make its own rules and change it as it pleases, and that's not the Jedi method either. So it's, and again, so it does all these things, and you definitely pushes Anakin more toward the dark side. They play his music, the Vader music, several times throughout this 4 episode of our arc when he's on it. So you see that. And otherwise, I thought the episode was good. I mean, I liked parts they all played. I despise Cad Bane. I think he's the biggest piece of garbage character in this series. I despise him. I think he's crap. I think and this one actually they showed. I mean, the Jedi can take him and crush him. If they wanted
jet boots.
If they wanted to crush him, they could just crush him. So I mean, I don't understand how he's like he's a piece of shit. And if he was staying in front of me, I said before, he didn't have all his gadgetry, I'd beat the crap out of him. I just don't get why he's so fascinating. This whole assassin, I've never found. I don't know, the people who like this thing. I just find it the dumbest, most third grade nonsense. I really do. Oh, bounty. I just think it's like you're like it's like you and a million other of these. It's dumb. It's just dumb. It's just a dumb. The whole the whole. I just find that whole story idea or whatever you want to call it just dumb. It's a dumb, childish idea. I really do. I don't find it very good. I really don't. I never did. So I like the fact that he got chucked around because he's a piece of shit. I can't stand him as a character. I really cannot. Anyway, so I give it a 4 out of 5. I didn't give it a 5 out of 5 simply because I did think again. You're not gonna ever convince me that you need a 4 episode arc to explain any story. You never convinced me that. This could have been a 3 episode arc, and it could have been.
Yeah.
You don't need four episodes to do it. Again, you do if you want filler, which is, I mean, there wasn't much filler. You could say, well, it was, but there was. I think they did a lot of elaborate things. The whole box episode, it was, I guess, fun, but it was unnecessary.
Right.
A lot of parts were unnecessary. It was like, and you pointed out, I was like, why are you bringing all these savages to kill them? It's like, well, we'll have to bring only up to famous 5. Well, why just get 5 then? I mean, it's like this is a lot. You guys are going through. It's like you're going through. And again, the whole story's elaborate, though. I mean, it really is. I mean, as I say, I understand the objective that I told you I think they are in the story, but I still think it's a long way to go for the Chancellor to go do all that. I just think it's like this is. You got to be. Must be an easier way than just the most elaborate. It's like this is the most elaborate plot you could possibly.
Break a guy out of jail so he can throw an audition.
It's just
the audition, killing half the people they audition,
and then
they all fail.
And then there was the Jedi. It's just, and the Jedi had this plan to infiltrate the whole thing, and it's just a big. It's like this is really complicated, and it's like I don't really think it needs to be this at all. So anyway, so that's why I give it a 4 out of 5. It was very good. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really well done. But there you go. Anyway, so I'm tired because it's almost 11 o'clock. He has to go soon. I mean, he's got to get up early in the morning. He didn't get up that early.
I concur with the 4 out of 5. It's one of those movies where you're like, wow, this is awesome, and then you like actually try to think about all the plot holes in it, and you're like, why?
The whole thing is one giant plot.
It's just so convoluted. You could have just been like, okay, the assassin could just assassinate the Chancellor or steal the Chancellor, but the Chancellor himself is the one, devising all these sinister plots, and you have to think about why did you do this giant rat race at the end of the day because you figured out Anakin would give his life for you.
No,
and that's a success. No,
well,
that's basically the biggest compliment he receives at the end. He's like,
yes.
I will always protect you as long as I live.
But that was the point. But that I mean, it was all. But I just think there was an easier way to do it than what it is. I just you have to have an international plot of this scale and size to do all that. I just think there's an easier way. It
makes for good TV, but doesn't make for good.
It does. It's gotta be. It's a big plot hole. Yep. Which is the whole thing. But it's a good arc. Look, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. He has to go home and
you did like this episode.
Yeah, whatever.
Wrong one.